we are now being joined by Dr. Gilbert Doctrow from Brussels. He is an International Affairs Analyst. Thank you so much for joining us on WION. My first question is regarding the SCO. Is it now tilting towards nations which have a partnership with Russia or are of interest in the Russia zone, so to say?
You have to look at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in a larger context because it is expanding with considerable speed. This summit was the first time that that Iran participated as a fully qualified member. There are about 14 countries that now are standing in line awaiting admission to the SCO, and they are not all in Eurasia. In fact, the organization is beginning to expand beyond Eurasia into North Africa. Egypt has indicated very recently that it intends to join, and that would already change the coloration of the nature of the SCO. Saying that the countries that are in line are there because of their relationship with Russia, I think is to misjudge the potential and the purposes of the SCO. After all, the co-founders are China and Russia, as well as the Central Asian republics, and China has a very heavy weight. As a whole, the SCO now accounts for 50% of the world's population, and it covers about 2/3 to 3/4 of the Eurasian continent. So it is an organization primarily to look after security and economic interests of its members, but it is an organization that has interests well beyond the narrow interests of the Kremlin.
And we see that many countries in the global south are either... Yes, please.
Yes, please.
And we see many countries in the global south who are reluctant to get involved in the Russia-Ukraine conflict or have their own opinions that may be a little different than the West, notably the United States. With organizations like this, where does the New World Order, the liberal world order, stand at this point?
Well, the reluctance of countries in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization to go against Russia and their particular interest, in the words of President Xi today, when he spoke against color revolutions and saying that preventing them should be a task of the SCO. You have to keep in mind that nearly all of the founding member countries of the SCO have been victims of attempted color revolutions which had the United States behind them. And so in that sense, they are sympathetic to Russia's travails and its attempt to take control of its own security, which was threatened by the United States and NATO by way of Ukraine. That concerns the SCO. Of course, other countries in the global south have their own particular history of particularly American intervention or meddling in their affairs, which again gives them a direct experience that to justify a policy of restraint with respect to what the Russians are now doing in Ukraine.
Dr. Doctrow, thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
Thanks for the invitation. My pleasure.